Alright, hello everyone, welcome back, and we are going to continue working, probably at least for one more episode, if not a few more, on our RV garage. And what I want to work on in this episode is creating kind of some siding and different facades on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is in the main level, I'm going to create, and this is not probably the right way to do it, but it's the way that I've been doing it. We're going to use, I think we're going to use stone for this first one. And what I'm going to do is start off of the main wall a little bit and draw this around. And the way my stone is set, I have an air gap in between, which you would have, so it's actually facing the wrong way, so we have to flip all these. So if we look at this from the front right now, yeah, what we're going to do is have, for this front face, we're going to go all the way to the top of the building. And for these side ones, we're only going to go as high as the roof itself. And I probably can't see this one. Now I have an entire library. All I have to do is go to my properties and change the stone if I want something different. So what I want to do now, we'll go back to the main level actually and disconnect these. So on this side of the building, we're going to have it wrapped because it kind of gives it a good look, but we're only going to go as far as here to create some symmetry. So I'm going to just make a reference line. And we're going to move this. And it's just going to butt up against our other wall essentially. And then bring this back. And that created a fun angle. Hopefully that should fix it right there. And same thing with this. Now, before I move this one back, I'm going to create how long it's going to be in reference to these two corners. Perfect. And then I'm also going to go back to my front elevation and recreate the shape of this. Done there, and then let's do the door actually. And then we'll go back to our floor plan and move that to where it's actually supposed to be. And then it looked like that one. No, it probably snapped correctly. It looked like it was a little bit longer for a moment. Alright, and then we look at our 3D. We'll see that we have stone all the way around here. Oh, and let's fix the door real quick. So let's go to our right view and do edit profile again. And done. Much better there. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is go back to the main level again. And I'm going to work my way around this way. So 2 other siding elements I use. We're going to have our trim. And that's not the one I wanted. And we're just going to kind of do the same thing here. Now, one of the things that I like to do is figure out exactly where these are going to end up, because they have a little bit of thickness of their own, which is 1 7/16. So the first thing I'm going to do is create some reference lines all the way around. So we're going to go back to detail line. We're going to offset 1 7/16. Oh, I always do that. And then we're going to use our pick. So now we know this trim is actually going to protrude past the building that far. Same down here. Same thing up here. That one is actually a little longer. Okay, and then we'll move these in. And we're going to take this one right to the edge of the masonry. Now if we look at our 3D, yeah, it's going to look like just a bunch of solid colors right now. So I'm going to select all of these. And we're going to change our constraints. The base offset, I want it to come up off the ground just a little bit. So we're going to have the siding be 1 foot off the ground. And it's going to have the top constraint be the roof. So now when we look at, let's look at our left elevation first. Now, and then I'm going to put something in here a little later to kind of cover this area. So the first thing I want to do we're going to figure the trim's going to be about 4 inches. Sometimes it might be more or less, but that's kind of what I would usually work with. And then we'll do it on this end as well. And that will be our trim. So we'll go around the building and do the same thing. In this case, I don't think I can offset the edge. Yeah, it wants me to offset that line, but then it wouldn't quite be correct. Okay, now we look at our left side. Oh, no, I'm sorry, we already did the left. We want to do the right. Okay, there's our right side. Let's fix our front. And then our offset's still 4 inches. And actually, we're going to get rid of this because I just realized I missed something. I'm going to create a roof structure right here to kind of have an awning. And that's going to, instead of having trim, that's going to separate our siding from here from what we're going to do up here. Alright, there's our trim for the front of the building. So actually, we've run out of time for this episode. So the next one, we'll come back and continue our facades from, from all our actual siding to the roof. So as always, thanks for watching. Until next time.